Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will be discussing about measurement of rainfall, rain gauge and mass curve and hyetograph. What is rain gauge? Rain gauge is an instrument used to measure the rainfall. The rainfall is measured in terms of depth of rainfall. Suppose there is a rainfall in an area and we have collected the water in a particular area, then what will be the depth of water that will be measured as that will be the measurement for the rainfall. For measuring the depth of rainfall, the instrument used is known as the rain gauge. Instrument used for measurement of rainfall is known as the rain gauge. Rain gauge are basically of two types. Rain gauge are of two types, that is recording rain gauge and non-recording rain gauge. This is the basic division of rain gauges. Recording rain gauge and the other is non-recording rain gauges. Non-recording rain gauges are also known as manual rain gauges, while the recording rain gauge are known as automatic rain gauges. The difference between the two is that in recording rain gauge, the output of rainfall data is in the form of graph. We get the output in the form of graph. Here no graph is obtained. So from this graph we can extract all the information about the rainfall characteristics, its depth, intensity, duration. All these information are available in this graph. But in non-recording rain gauges, no graph is obtained and we have to manually measure the rainfall data. In India, the most commonly used recording rain gauge is the siphon rain gauge. This is also known as the float rain gauge, and other rain gauges are weighing bucket and tipping bucket rain gauges. Non-recording rain gauge, the Indian standard rain gauge is Siemens rain gauge, which is non-recording rain gauge. So in case of non-recording rain gauge, reading has to be taken daily, manually. So at around 8 to 8:30 a.m. in the morning, all over India, the readings of non-recording rain gauges are measured and they are recorded. So the reading has to be taken manually every day. Typically, non-recording rain gauge has a capacity of 10 centimeter. If the rainfall is greater than 10 centimeter, then the rain gauge has to be emptied manually, and that recording has to be taken into account. Suppose we have a 12 centimeter of rainfall, so first 10 centimeter will be when first 10 centimeter of rainfall will occur, the rain gauge will fill to the top, that has to be emptied, and now in the next morning you will have 2 centimeter of rainfall data, so you have to add both of them. 10 plus 2 should be 12. So in this way, non-recording rain gauge, you have to take manual readings, and that too whenever there is the rain gauge is filled within 24 hours, that has to be emptied and recorded that once it has been filled completely. On the other hand, in recording rain gauges there is automatic system. When the rain gauge is full to its height, then it will automatically spill the water out and the readings will be taken accordingly. So suppose we have a rainfall mass curve obtained, so it will show like this, that rainfall has reached its maximum, suppose 10 centimeter, then there is a drop. This drop in the height represent that the bucket or the gauge has been emptied automatically, then again the reading will start. So if within 24 hours this type of graph is obtained, then we have this reading 10 centimeter and 2 centimeter this reading, so we get the total 12 centimeter reading. So this happens automatically in recording rain gauges. In non-recording rain gauges, it has to be done manually. Now we will discuss about which form of graphs are obtained from recording rain gauges. So generally we obtain rainfall mass curve from the recording rain gauges. What is rainfall mass curve? Rainfall mass curve. It is the graph between cumulative rainfall or total rainfall versus time. So this graph will be obtained in this form, that is on x-axis we are having time and y-axis we have cumulative rainfall, that may be in mm or centimeter. So suppose this is a rain gauge container which is graduated with marks representing the height or volume. So initially we have 2 centimeter of rainfall. Suppose rainfall starts here at 9 am. So at 9 am it was 0, and 9:10 till 9:10 you had 2 centimeter of rainfall. So this is 2 centimeter. Then till 9:20 total rainfall had been 5 centimeters, so it will be here. So what we are measuring, that how much total rainfall or cumulative rainfall has occurred. This reading, the reading of rain gauge, is giving us cumulative rainfall. It is not giving us the reading of what is the rainfall that had occurred between 9:10 and 9:20, but it is giving total rainfall that has occurred between 9 and 9:20. So this is known as cumulative rainfall. So we can put this as this at this point 2 centimeter suppose, and then at 9:20 we have 5 centimeter, and so on. We can have number of readings. So in this way we can obtain a graph. When the rainfall has stopped, this reading will stop changing, so it will become flat curve. This curve will become flat. So this flat curve represents that the rainfall has stopped. Basically the slope of this curve, mass curve, slope of this mass curve, that is tan theta, is equal to slope is equal to the change in cumulative rainfall depth, that is delta r, upon change in time, delta t. This is delta r, this is delta t. This is nothing but intensity of rainfall. The slope of mass curve, of rainfall mass curve, represents intensity of rainfall. So when the rainfall has stopped, its intensity is 0. So you can see here that this flat portion represents zero slope. Zero slope, thereby meaning rainfall intensity is 0, and that may be mm per hour, 0 mm per hour, or the rainfall has stopped. This represents that rainfall has stopped. Rainfall stopped. So in this way, this rainfall mass curve is very important in knowing the rainfall intensity and the duration of rainfall. Whenever the rainfall has stopped, it will be a flat curve. So we will get that what is the duration of the rainfall storm, or what is the intensity of rainfall at any instant. So in this way, this rainfall mass curve is an important curve that is obtained from recording rain gauges. Similarly, one more thing, the height at the end of the rainstorm, that is this height of the graph, will give us the total rainfall depth. This represents the total rainfall depth. In particular rainfall spell or rainfall storm, what was the total depth of rainfall? It may be obtained from this height at the end of the rainfall mass curve. So these two information, that is rainfall intensity, its duration, and total rainfall depth, can easily be obtained from the rainfall mass curve. Now we will discuss about the rainfall hyetograph. What is the rainfall hyetograph and what information it can provide us about the rainfall. The rainfall hyetograph. What is rainfall hyetograph? It is the graph between rainfall intensity and versus time. So this graph is in the form of bar chart. Each of the bar represents the intensity with time. So that say that during T1 duration intensity was I1, then it increased to I2 during duration T2, then during T3 it is I3, and similarly during T4 it is I4. So this x-axis will represent time and y-axis will represent rainfall intensity. It will be in mm per hour or centimeter per hour. So this chart is known as the rainfall hyetograph. Rainfall hyetograph, basically the area of rainfall hyetograph. The area of rainfall hyetograph, suppose we want to calculate the total rainfall depth during this duration T1. So the intensity I1 will be in mm per hour suppose, and the duration T1 will be in minutes. So we can convert it into hours. So I1 into T1 will give us the depth, because mm per hour multiplied by r. So these will cancel and we will get the rainfall depth during this duration. So the area of the rainfall hyetograph gives us the total rainfall that has occurred. each individual bar chart will give the intensity, and the total area of the rainfall hydrograph will give us the total rainfall depth. And at particular time interval, that suppose between time, say suppose this is 9:10 to 9:20, we need to know the rainfall depth. So we can take the area of this bar. This is rectangular, so the area will be length into breadth, that is the intensity I2 into the time duration. And if you want to know the total rainfall depth, then it will be considered by taking the total area of the rainfall hydrograph. Each of the bar chart we have to take the area. Suppose we can take it in the form of I1 T1 plus I2 T2, I3 T3, I4 T4. When the rainfall will stop, the rainfall hydrograph will show the zero intensity, and then again the rainfall starts, then it will start showing the intensity. In this way we can know that in a particular storm, if we take the area of this particular portion, so it will give us the total rainfall depth. Then for second storm we can again take the area. In this way this can give us the rainfall hydrograph, gives us the rainfall intensity as well as the total volume and total depth of rainfall due to the storm. So now we will discuss an example how to draw rainfall mass curve and rainfall hydrograph for a given data. Suppose we are given a data of rainfall of a particular area. Here is time and here is rainfall depth. First we will discuss about the rainfall mass curve. Rainfall depth is given, time is given. Suppose 9 o'clock, then 9:10, 9:20, 9:30, 9:40 and 9:50. So at 9 o'clock rainfall started, so the depth is 0. At 9:10 the depth observed is suppose 5. Then between 9:10 and 9:20 we have 2 centimeters of rainfall. Then 9:20 to 9:30 0 centimeter of rainfall has occurred. 9:30 to 9:40 again we had 4 centimeter of rainfall. At 9:50 we again have 2 centimeters of rainfall. So now to draw the rainfall mass curve, we need to have cumulative rainfall. Cumulative rainfall. So how we will calculate the cumulative rainfall? First reading will remain 0. Then we have to add this reading. We have to add this reading to previous reading and write it here. So 0 plus 5 will be 5. Then again we have to add this reading. We have to add this reading to this reading and write here. In this way we are obtaining the cumulative rainfall. Then again we will move like this. 7 plus 0 will be 7. Then similarly 7 plus 4 will be 11 and 11 plus 2 will be 13. So you have obtained the cumulative rainfall depth in this manner for all the time durations. So we have now time and cumulative rainfall depth. So we can draw the rainfall hydrograph. On the y-axis, cumulative rainfall, we can represent it as CR. Suppose it is in mm, and here we have the time. So this is 9, this is 9:10, 9:20, 9:30, 9:40 and 9:50. So at 9 it is 0, at 9:10 it is 5, at 9:20 it is 7, somewhere here, at 9:30 again it is 7, somewhere here, at 9:40 it is 11, cumulative rainfall depth is 11, and at 9:50 it is 13. So we have to draw a freehand curve. This will be like this. This is the rainfall mass curve. Rainfall mass curve obtained from the data. Now you can see the maximum intensity of rainfall is here because slope is maximum here. It can be seen from here, and during this duration, this whole duration 9:30 to 9:50. Otherwise, if we talk about individual, then here we have a greater slope. And during this duration 9:20 to 9:30, slope is 0. That is, the rainfall has stopped. This is the first storm, then rainfall has stopped. This is the second storm. Average intensity, if we talk about the second storm, the average intensity of second storm is higher than the average intensity of first storm. So in this way we can draw the rainfall mass curve from the rainfall data, and this will give us for different duration we can find the slope and know the intensity from it, the total height at the end of first storm when the flat portion has occurred. This will give us the total depth of first storm d1, and the total height at the end of second storm d2 will give the depth of second storm, rainfall depth in second storm. And if we take overall height, then it will give us the rainfall depth during both the storm, total rainfall that has occurred. So in this way the rainfall mass curve is very useful in obtaining the characteristics of rainfall. What was the duration, till how much duration first storm occurred, then till how much duration the second storm occurred, what was the gap between the two storms. On the other hand, if we have a non-recording rain gauge, then we will have only, we will be able to know the what was the total depth of rainfall if we take the reading on 24-hour basis. So this is the rainfall that has occurred, suppose on 1st September 2021. So we will be able to know on 2nd September morning that the total rainfall depth was 13 centimeter. No information will be given what was the duration of first storm, what was the intensity of first storm, what was the intensity of second storm, was there any gap between them, for what duration the rainfall has occurred. These information will be missing in case of non-recording rain gauges. So we have an advantage of recording rain gauges, that we are able to measure the intensity and the characteristics of rainfall. Now we will discuss about the rainfall hyetograph, how to draw it. From the same data we can continue for the rainfall hyetograph. So for rainfall hyetograph we need the intensity of rainfall, it is basically intensity of rainfall versus time graph. So here in this column we will have rainfall intensity instead of rainfall cumulative rainfall. So rainfall intensity suppose the rainfall data is in mm, so we will have intensity in mm per hour. So the rainfall intensity between 9 to 9:10 will be delta r upon delta t. So difference in time duration is 10 minutes and the difference in rainfall depth is 5 mm. So we can write this in this form. Rainfall intensity will be 5 upon 10 by 60, because we have to convert it into time is in minutes, so we have to convert it into hours, so we divide it by 60. So the rainfall intensity will be 30 mm per hour. So between 9:10 to 9:20 the rainfall depth is 2 centimeter. So 2 upon 10 by 60, it will give us 12 mm per hour. Between 9:20 and 9:30 rainfall depth is 0. 0 upon 10 by 60, it will give us 0. 9:30 and 9:40 we have rainfall of 4 mm. So 4 upon 10 by 60, it will give us 24 mm per hour. Then again between 9:40 and 9:50 we will have 2 upon 10 by 60, it will give us 12 mm per hour. So with these readings we can draw the rainfall hyetograph. So how we will do it? We'll take time here. 9, 9:10, 9:20, 9:30, 9:40 and then 9:50. So between 9 and 9:10 the intensity of rainfall is 30 mm. Here is rainfall intensity in mm per hour on y-axis. So we will have this in this form. Suppose this is 10, 20 and 30. So we have a rainfall intensity of 30 mm per hour between 9 to 9:10. And then between 9:10 to 9:20 we have a rainfall intensity of 12 mm per hour. So it will be around here. Between 9:20 and 9:30 rainfall did not occur. Rainfall intensity is 0. It will be here. And then again it has increased to 24. So 20, 24 will be somewhere here. So this will be the, and then again it is around 12 between 9:40 and 9:50. So this is the form of bar chart we will obtain. So each of them will represent intensity. This will be 30 mm per hour. This will be 12 mm per hour. Then this is 0. This is 24. And this is again 12. So in this way we can obtain the intensity of rainfall at different durations. The area, suppose this area we are taking. So this is 30 mm per hour. 30 mm per hour into this duration 10 minutes, so 10 upon 60. So this will give us 5 mm. That is the total rainfall that has occurred between 9 to 9:10. We have already seen this is 5, so it has come as 5 mm. Similarly, we can measure the total rainfall depth. Suppose we want to measure between 9:10 to 9:20, then we can write this in this form: 30 into 10 by 60, that is I1 into T1 plus I2 into T2. I2 is 12, T2 is again 10 minutes, converted into hour. So it will give us 5, this will give us 2, 5, 2. So the total rainfall depth will come as 7 mm. 5 plus 2 will give us 7 mm. So in this way we can measure. Here we can see the total rainfall depth between 9 to 9:20 from 9 to 910 5 mm and 910 to 920 2 mm. So it will give us total 7 mm. So we have this 7 mm. So in this way we can use these rainfall mass curve and rainfall hyetograph to obtain the characteristics of rainfall, how the rainfall has occurred, what was the intensity, what was the duration, what was the total depth. All this information can be obtained from this rainfall mass curve and rainfall hyetograph. So in the next lecture we will be discussing about what should be the location of rain gauges, and what is the ideal location for rain gauge, and how many rain gauges are sufficient for a particular catchment area, how we can measure the areal extent of rainfall. Here we have discussed about the depth of rainfall, what was the depth of rainfall, what was the intensity of rainfall, but we are also interested that if this area the rainfall is occurring here, we know, but till how much area this rainfall is occurring, we have to measure this areal extent of rainfall. That we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notification of next videos. We will be delivering more information on the rainfall hyetograph and water resources in the upcoming lectures. Thank you for watching our video.